Good evening, I'm Sonia Kaliselvam and this is KiniNews. The AGC will continue with their application to seek a gag order on the royal addendum unless they are instructed otherwise. Here's more on that.
The Attorney General's chambers will continue seeking a gag order to bar the public from discussing the royal addendum, instructing former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak to undergo house arrest. According to Berita Harian, senior federal counsel Shamsul Bolhassan said his team would pursue the application unless instructed otherwise. Earlier, the Malay Daily reported Shamsul as saying that the gag order application was made to protect the royal institution. Yesterday, government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil clarified that the cabinet was not involved in the AGC's decision to seek a gag order on the matter. Fahmi said they did not discuss it and the government does not instruct the AGC. The AGC had applied for the gag order at the Kuala Lumpur High Court on January 13th. Najib's counsel, Muhammad Farhan Muhammad Shafi, confirmed that the AGC had notified of this during case management at the Kuala Lumpur High Court. Farhan said he was made to understand that the AGC sought the protective order and gag order not just for court documents, but for the entire judicial review proceedings.
The sandwich supplier Shake and Bake has commented on the ham and cheese sandwich issue. It said that its ingredients have valid halal certifications.
Food manufacturer Shake and Bake has broken its silence on the sandwich controversy. However, it has not explained why it used the Islamic Development Department's halal logo on its sandwich packaging when it did not have the certification. In a statement yesterday, the company said ingredients for the sandwich include bread, cheese, and chicken slices. It also said the chicken slices used were halal certified by the Islamic Development Department. It also promised to provide full cooperation with the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Ministry and Jakim in their investigation. Along with its statement to the media, Shake and Bake Cafe furnished 2 halal certificates. The first is a certificate from the Islamic Development Department for the sandwich, which was issued on April 16, 2023, and is valid until April 15, 2025. However, the certificate was issued to Lucky Food Processing and not Shake and Bake Cafe. The second is an Austrian halal certificate for the cheese slices used in the sandwich, dated from June 2, 2024, until June 1, 2025. This certification is recognized by the Islamic Development Department. Before this, the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Ministry indicated that the factory where the sandwiches were assembled did not have a valid halal certificate. It said the expired certificate was originally issued to another company that Shake and Bake Cafe had acquired. In a Facebook post yesterday, the ministry also said the halal certification and logo must not be traded, lent, transferred, forged, misused, or altered in any way.
Still on the sandwich issue, Johor DAP has slammed a false statement on the topic linked to the party's youth chief. It said it will lodge a police report on the matter.
Johor DAP will be filing a police report against those who spread a false statement that was attributed to its youth wing leader Wu Ka Leong. The statement was over the ham and cheese sandwich issue. Johor DAP Vice Chairperson Sheikh Umar Bagarib Ali said that over the past 2 days, the fabricated statement has been spread by various Facebook accounts. He said he had checked with Wu, and the statement was vastly different to his original statement on the matter. Sheikh Umar added that this is slander with malicious intent and condemned those spreading it. He said that the actions of irresponsible parties in spreading the slander will affect the harmony among the people. The sandwich issue came up after had ordered the immediate closure of 2 KK Mart outlets on its campus over the sandwich packs. said this was following concerns over the product's halal labeling and to ensure investigations could proceed without interference.
Before we move on, if you like access to news like this and more, scan the QR code on the screen and subscribe to Malaysia Kini. Moving on to PN's Prime Minister candidate, Puan Zarkashi has responded to Wan Faizal's comments on what PN should look out for in the candidates for the post. Let's take a look at what he said.
Muhammad Puan Zarkashi believes that no one from Perikatan Nasional would qualify as a Prime Minister candidate if good ties with the palace are a requirement. He said this in response to Bersatu MP Wan Ahmad Faisal. Wan Ahmad Kamal stating yesterday that good ties with royals were one of the most important criteria PN should consider when choosing their poster boy. In a post on Facebook today, Puad said that if that is the case, all PN leaders are not qualified. He said, "This is as they defied the advice of His Majesty, the King, to not hold a gathering at the Palace of Justice on January 6th. He added that PN Chief Muhyiddin Yassin himself rejected the palace's advice to join the unity government. Puad said that apart from that, the Malay rulers also rejected his proposal to continue the state of emergency and suspend parliament during the COVID-19 pandemic. He added that they shouldn't exploit palace sentiments for cheap political gain. Yesterday, Wan Faisal named 4 leaders from Bersatu and PAS who he felt fit the bill of being PN's prime ministerial candidate. This came amid PAS pushing for its own leaders to be PN's pick for PM.
Meanwhile, a PAS leader has stated that he believes Abdul Hadi Awang is the right person for the role.
A senior PAS leader has publicly endorsed party president Abdul Hadi Awang as the opposition's prime ministerial candidate. In his social media posting today, Mokhtar Senik outlined Hadi's qualities that he felt made him qualified to lead the government. Mokhtar said that his proposal was neither sentimental nor blind loyalty, but based on reality. According to him, the most crucial qualities for a leader are knowledge and piety, enabling them to distinguish between what is permissible and prohibited while guiding the people on such matters. He said that this knowledge would allow a prime minister to exercise independent reasoning when necessary. Secondly, he noted the individual must have commendable character and fairness. He said a fair person is one who does not commit major sins such as murder, adultery, or engaging in usury, and they also do not persist in committing minor sins. Mokhtar added that a prime ministerial candidate must be capable of uniting the nation's multiracial society rather than using unity as a political tool. He also listed having a cabinet team capable of implementing the national agenda with integrity and transparency as a factor. Thus, he said he saw no other figure at this moment apart from Hadi. He said Hadi possessed all these qualifications, and he is confident that under Hadi's leadership, a new face of national politics will emerge. His comment came amidst debates regarding who should be the prime ministerial candidate for Perikatan Nasional.
Next, we have an update on Najib's 1MDB trial and the MACC's audio recordings of his alleged conversation.
Former Premier Najib Abdul Razak said that the MACC covert recording of his alleged conversation was very upsetting, as it was a violation of the fundamental rights of sitting prime ministers and citizens. He said this in his testimony during the 2.27 billion ringgit 1MDB trial against him at the High Court convened in Putrajaya today. This was over the authorities' taping of an alleged audio conversation between him and a high-ranking official from the United Arab Emirates. Najib testified that he was not certain whether one of the voices in the audio recording was of himself talking to the UAE official. He added that he could not verify the conversation or ascertain its authenticity, and it is an illegal taping, which is a serious transgression of his rights. He said they do not know who taped the conversation, but it has to be addressed, and the legality of the whole thing disturbed him. Najib also stated that for such a tape to be used in court is a violation of the privacy of a sitting prime minister and of conversations between two heads of governments. He stated that it is upsetting from any angle, a constitutional angle, from a diplomatic angle, and Malaysian interests in the long run. The audio recording was part of several recordings released to the public by then MACC Chief Commissioner Latifa Koya in January 2020. The prosecution relied on these in the 1MDB trial against Najib. On October 30th last year, Najib was ordered to enter his defense against 4 abuse of power and 21 money laundering charges involving 2.27 billion ringgit from 1MDB.
That's all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonekale Selvam. Thanks for watching.